What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-Hop Radio Shout. And as always, I got my podcast partner off in this thing, OG Gangsta Wicked, a.k.a. Big Galaxy of Ghetto Mafia.
What's happening? And let's take off.
Hey, man, you know, it's some disturbing news out here. According to TMZ, they're saying that Shannon Sharpe is sued for $50 million over alleged rapes. Now, you know, they're saying that the lawsuit obtained by TMZ Sports was filed by Jane Doe once again on Sunday in Nevada after she said Sharpe brutally sexually assaulted her several times at the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025, following a years-long abusive relationship. According to the suit, Doe met Sharpe in 2023 at a gym. She was 20 years old and he was in his mid-50s. And she stated in the docs during their first encounter, Sharpe told her that he would buy her fake tits if she won a weight loss competition with him. She wrote in the suit, Sharpe proceeded to pursue her, relentlessly texting and demanding her to come to his house. And basically she's saying that the relationship that she had with Shannon Sharpe was controlling and verbally abusive. He demanded complete control over her time and body. That's according to Tony Busby, who, you know, been popping up in a lot of cases. And, you know, expecting her to be at his house on his schedule at his command whenever he called. Now, Doe claimed that there was one argument in particular that terrified her when he yelled at her while a firearm was visible in the room. Plaintiff tried sharing her location with her friends from her iPhone just in case, the docs state, and then they say Sharpe saw her doing this. The moment he realized that she was doing what she was doing, he grabbed her by the neck and told her, if you ever do that again, I'll effing kill you. The two nevertheless continued the relationship, even following a move by both of them to Nevada during the summer of 2024. However, Doe states that in her suit, she attempted to break things off, and she wanted to break him off after his infamous Instagram live streaming incident, which she said led to him, you know, R-ing her again. So, you know, Doe claimed in her suit the first instance happened in October 2024 at her apartment. She claimed that, you know, Shannon was, you know, forced himself on her while she was crying and sobbing. The second instance states that it happened a few weeks later in January 2025. She said that he came over to her house with promises of delivering a Christmas and birthday gift to her, but instead violently, sexually aid her once more. She's suing for over $50 million.
Wow.
And that's where they're at with it right now, Wick.
So basically she's suing for money.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. She ain't no criminal nothing. She's trying to get her $50 million.
Yeah.
So what I heard, she heard Instagram Live.
Yeah.
That pissed her off.
Yeah.
She got R'd, since we said in the R. She got R'd, and then 2 weeks later, she dealt with him again.
Yeah.
And he promised to bring over Christmas, you know, items for her.
Exactly.
And after you've already been R'd one time, but that allows you open the door again.
Exactly.
Because of the promise of the Christmas gifts.
Come on.
Okay, so that's what I just want to make sure I'm hearing everything right.
That's right.
Two things. We both, you know, listening to this. Well, I ain't gonna say we both. I'm gonna say me.
Yeah.
You know, the lawyer. It kind of sounds all familiar. It sounds like the same. You know what I'm saying? Mess that's been going on with a lot of our high-profile black celebrities, black athletes, black actors. On one hand, but and I'm gonna touch on that part. But on the other hand, you and I have always said that this is what you get. You play with the lion by the tail.
Yeah.
You're gonna eventually get bit.
Yeah.
Play with the cobra.
Yeah.
You're gonna eventually get bit.
Yeah.
So on one hand, you know, I'm calling foul.
Yeah.
That just how I view it. Now I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But listening to that, you know, it will seem like it's a foul, but it's a foul on Shannon also for being as smart as he is.
Yeah.
I watch his podcast and allowing this to escalate to that.
Yeah.
if you have someone, tracking you, making accusations about you, having a toxic relationship. We've all been as black men in toxic relationships.
Facts.
To where we have to pump the brakes. My mother used to always say, don't call me with that. If you really want to get out there and take you a pair of drawers and a toothbrush and walk your ass out.
Yeah.
Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Don't call me with an excuse. Hey, I really want to leave this girl alone, but I just bought all the furniture.
Yeah.
I really want to leave her alone, but I put the kids through school and none of that. I've grown attached to the little man that she had. Whatever excuse it is, not to cut off a toxic relationship. You're Shannon Sharpe. You're a Hall of Famer. You have, plenty of money.
Yeah.
There's plenty of other women out there that you're not going to be having to fuss and fight and argue and crying and shoot them up, bang, bang with. So that's why I say a lot of these celebrities, they put themselves. They fall right into Charlotte's web with being, I don't know whether they're working too much and they're not paying attention. They're naive. They believe they own hype. Their head has gotten so big that, hey, this can't happen to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it can happen to you. You do have women, and I'm not saying this woman, but you do have women that they're playing chess.
Yeah. You
out here playing checkers. You out here, you are their ticket to life.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? These women, a lot of women, they're only going to meet a Shannon Sharpe once in their lifetime.
Yeah.
They're going to meet a Kobe Bryant once in their lifetime. R.I.P. Kobe, but he had his situation.
Yeah.
They're going to meet whoever once in their lifetime. You see, Zion Williams got a thing going on with a stalker.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So we have to understand the magnitude of who you are as a brother. And stop selling yourself short. Yeah. I don't know if that's a mentality of ours. Hey, I want to keep it real. I want to, I ain't that big. I ain't too big to not mess with people. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. You're on television every day. You got millions of people that's looking to you, Shannon Sharpe, that need your help. You got family members that need your help, community people that listen to you for advice. You have an obligation out here to not be dealing with these toxic type relationships. And we seeing that part too much. That I don't think it's registering with our brothers.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, I don't want to say that this female is just straight out lying.
Yeah.
Because what if she is telling the truth about everything?
Yeah.
Well, if she is, and let's just say, as devil advocate, I'm gonna say I take it at face value. What you saying is true.
Yeah.
Then you also, then you're also, you're explicit in this too.
Yeah.
Because why would you keep going back? Why would you, get hard and then 3 weeks later when this man says, I'm going to bring you Christmas gifts, then all of a sudden that first art don't even matter anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, come on over.
Yeah.
If that has already been done, don't you think there's a possibility that it could get done again?
Yeah.
If you've already seen the man violent with guns, allegedly, waving guns around or just having the gun out or brandishing a weapon in front of you, why would you invite him over again? Another thing, like I said, that stuck out, it really wasn't a problem until you heard him on social media with the
other chick.
With the other chick that we all heard around the world.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden now you need, you're pissed. That's hey, it's over now. It was good until the end.
Yeah.
But now that's the straw that broke the camel's back. So behind it's just a mess. Then we have that lawyer that's involved in this. Tony Bugsby. It's always a Jane Doe in something. There's been allegations with him that he's been going out and almost drumming up a lot of this stuff, or going out and digging in brothers, business, trying to find a scorned woman or something like this. So it's just a mess. But I don't know a lot about. Shannon hadn't made a statement yet. This is just breaking on all the news cycles. But one thing that I can say is that 90% of issues as black men that we have when it comes to these women, we have to look ourselves in the mirror because we put ourselves kind of in that situation.
Yeah.
Instead of being smart enough to nip that shit in the bud right when you see those red flags.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? If I feel like, me now, I have learned, if I'm dealing with a female, you get one good argument.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I throw you in the toxic pile.
Exactly.
I say, you know what? I'm making, once a year come through there and holler at you, pimping, you know what I'm saying? We go out and grab a drink or something. But I already see, man, I dealt with you for 2 weeks and we had 5 arguments.
Exactly.
Now, you know what? Maybe it's me.
Yeah.
But either way it go, you're pushing my button and pushing me off of my square for me to act this way, or I'm pushing you off of your square to make you act that way, but we're not a match.
That's right.
And this is going to affect my bottom line.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, it's easy. There'll be guys that come in the comments, man, these women, they just doing it to the guys. They, the lawyer putting them up to it, and that may be true.
Yeah.
But Shannon is smart enough.
Yeah.
Not to put himself in it. He should have saw the red flag. He's been an athlete, he's been rich for a long time, and he gives out the best advice. I don't see him telling Ocho about his relationship with the same type of women. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. Come on, bruh. So, I'm going to leave it at that behind. I'm going to turn it over to you. You're a little smarter than me, but...
No, man, no. I feel where you're coming from. When I'm looking at this whole situation right now, the toxic relationships are a no-go in 2025. Fellas, we got to just stop the toxic relationship thing, because a lot of folks think that it's cute to be in a toxic relationship because, we just argue and then we get back together. That's all we gonna do until somebody winds up dead or in jail or out of $50 million dollars.
Correct.
Now because toxic relationships are similar to the streets.
Right.
They're only gonna end with you either dead or in jail
or losing $50 million.
Or losing $50 million. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm at with that. When it comes to Shannon, Shannon is one of the best that we got out here.
Absolutely.
So this really pisses me off. But then also it comes on the heels of, the rumors of him getting $100 million deal.
Correct.
So now the question is, did Shannon do this, or did Shannon piss somebody off and they trying to devalue Shannon so he can't get his money?
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's one of the things that's going through my mind as well right now. It's like, it's time for you to go ahead and go out here and ball and cross the finish line, but then somebody done pulled up some craziness from the past that, might not necessarily even be true at the time. If the girl is telling the truth, thoughts and prayers are with her, you know, because at the end of the day, if Shannon was doing wrong, then you're wrong, okay? Right. But the way that this stuff has been going lately in the media has been playing out to a way to where, it's looking like a money grab.
A money grab. It's $50 million. She's trying to have him arrested. She wants $50 million. But Beehive, not to cut you off, you told me, this was a few years ago. You told me, you said, Wick, you can't put your stick in your wallet.
That's
right.
You said
you coming on this show.
Yeah.
And it was me. I was still living in the old Wick where you know me. I go to the club, have a couple of bar fights. You know what I'm saying? I'm still living. The old OG Wick.
There's an OG gangster Wick.
And you sat me down and you said, Wick, you have to realize, bro, that your face is out here now.
Yeah.
And not only is your face out here on top of the podcast, so you represent the podcast also. Yeah. So therefore, that women that before you came over here and got your swag back on, got your glow up. Yeah. You could act this kind of way. Yeah. You can go on County Road and post up and, bust a couple bottles and shoot the pistol in the air and and act a fool.
If you needed to.
If you know what I'm saying? But now that you don't got your glow up on, that kind of stuff will be documented. Yeah. You'll have somebody come and trying to sue me, Wick, and you saying that when you shot the trap up that night, now all of a sudden it scared the kids and it made them have nightmares for the rest of their life and they want money. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So, my point is that I heard that and said, damn, even though I'm a street nigga, what you basically said, Beehive, that, you know, I got to, fall back.
Yeah.
You know, I got to really now, and it sucks.
Yeah.
That now when people are coming, I got to vet them.
Yeah.
I have to watch them. I have to watch them more close. I have to find out what is their angle. Am I being recorded by this woman all the time? Am I being played up for they're looking at me as a meal ticket, and they're gonna methodically, gather information and stuff on me, and video on me, and phone calls on me, and text messages on me for this payday 3-4 years from now.
Yeah.
And if I have to think about that right there, you told me, leave me alone. You understand? If you're not 100% sure that you're not going to have to be doing all this, and hey man, why you recording me? Why you FaceTiming me? You're doing too much. Blah blah blah. If then leave alone.
Yeah.
And so that's what I said. I'm disappointed with Shannon about.
Yeah.
He has always kind of preached that.
Yeah.
You on live, your video going off on live and stuff. You're talking about you made an accident. Yeah. I done been just as drunk and had party nights better than anybody. Nobody likes a good party more than me. Matter of fact, don't threaten me with a good party. But I have never. No, I'm sitting behind you laughing. But I've never, hit the button on live.
Yeah.
In the mix.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the phone went. The phone is. This is the last thing that I'm making sure the female I'm dealing with don't have a phone.
Exactly.
Hey man, I gotta pat you down, spread them. You know what I'm saying, baby? You ain't got no phone on you, do you?
Yeah.
This it's
or
a
that
mess.
might have been Shannon's way of protecting himself from the person he was with that night. If she was gonna try to pull it like, well, now y'all heard it on live, it sounded pretty consensual to me.
Well, I mean, but like you said, like you told me, if you got to go through all that right now, you know what I'm saying? It ain't worth it, bruh. Go there, call one of the hotlines, get you somebody come through that say that's what a madam, that's what they do. Send you something, pay you $500 and send them home. If that's what you're out here doing, I'm just saying that's what I do. But I'm saying if that's what you're out here doing, but it's just sad because at the end of the day, like you said, I don't want to say what I really think, but I'm not here to talk about the female aspect of it. That'll play itself out.
Yeah.
Even the lawyer's aspect, and we know where the lawyer coming from.
Yeah.
It's definitely a money grab with the lawyer. That's why it's always a Jane Doe with this guy.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? But Shannon play a part in it because you're supposed to be smarter than you are. Shannon motherfucking Sharpe.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You're on ESPN every day. You represent that company. You represent Stephen A. that done brought you there, even though, I don't, he's all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you still represent them.
Yeah.
And now you don't put your wood in your wallet.
Well, see, that's the other thing, too. What I gather a lot of times, folks just want to have fun. And they feel like they can't enjoy their life unless they're having the most fun that they could possibly have. But that's the, responsibility of success at the same time, too. It's like, hey, man, you about to get $100 million. Playtime is over.
Correct.
You about to get $100 million.
Correct.
You can't be playing like you ain't got $100 million because everybody wants your $100 million now.
Right.
So, I hate that for Shannon because I don't believe that he did this at all.
And I agree.
I don't believe that he was scared.
I agree.
And then also they was in a relationship, so it's like, okay, now you was in a whole relationship with this woman.
Right.
So basically she wants to say that since you didn't marry me or cuff me.
And I heard your video of you with another woman.
With another woman,
right.
Then you need to give me $50 million
right.
out of this $100 million you about to get.
Absolutely. I agree.
She won't have like they was married.
Right. You said it. I just needed somebody else to say it, and I agree. Yeah. But behind this, I'm gonna end mine on this right here.
Yeah.
Old player used to tell me this. Money don't change you by yourself.
That's right.
It changes the other people too.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
I feel you on that.
So it changes not just you.
Yeah.
But it changes everybody else.
Yeah.
I tell people this all the time. When I was broke, and I can say it right now to you, because I say, nigga, fuck you. Yeah. When I'm broke, it don't even matter. But if I got $100 million, say fuck you, Kadar. Now all of a sudden, you can't go on.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Those are facts.
Right. Tell a woman, you know what I'm saying? Goddamn, baby, you goddamn thick. And I'm a construction worker. You walk past it, man, damn, baby, you looking good. You smelling good. You thick. It ain't a problem.
At
But
all.
if I had $100 million, I say, damn, baby, it smells good, you think? Oh, God, he disrespected me. It's sexual violation.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
money changes the person
game.
that got it
Yeah,
and the people that saw you get it.
that's right.
Let's do it at that.
Hey, man, y'all hit the comments. Let us know how you feel about this whole situation, man. Be High Radio, shout it. Big Galaxy. I'll let y'all in a minute, man. We gone.